guys, it's Ella. So I have been gone forever. I can't remember the last time that I actually took out my camera and recorded, but I'm back. School was a little bit crazy in the last couple of weeks, so I just want to concentrate on that. So now that 3 weeks of summer vacation have started, I'm definitely going to be posting more videos. Next week I am planning on having the TBR Shame Week, so keep your eyeballs out for that. If you hate having a bunch of videos in your feed, I apologize. If you're into that, you're welcome. So today I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up. I know it is the middle of May and I'm sorry, it is what it is. But I still wanted to do it and I still wanted to do a TBR for the rest of this month. Even though, as you will notice, I have not stuck to many TBRs just because I just read what I want to read. And I go with it. So let me show you the books that I read in the month of April. The first one that I finished was Hold Me Closer, Necromancer by Lish McBride. And this is super shiny. This was a bit of a strange book. It was about a guy who is college age and he basically finds out that he is a necromancer. But the way it's written is a little bit weird because there's two different storylines that kind of I think are completely unrelated. And I don't know, I want to say like 50 to 100 pages from the end. That's when you figure out how they're connected. So it was a little bit weird. I do own the second book in the series. I believe it is a 4-book series. The second book is Necromancing the Stone, so I will be picking that up eventually. I do own it. The next one that I finished was Half Bad by Sally Green. I did do a review of this book. Everybody has been talking about this book. This is about a boy named Nathan who is half black witch, half white witch, and he is basically terrorized and brutalized and all that other good stuff because of the fact that he is neither white nor black. I think I gave this 2 out of 5 stars. I think I am one of the only people who wasn't in love with this book, so there's that. Next up, I picked up Deluxe by Anna Godberson. All these are so floppy. So this is about drama. There's no other way to put it. This is about drama. It's about a girl who falls in love with the wrong guy and she gets engaged to a different guy, and then there's drama with her best friend and her sister, and it's just drama, drama, drama. I got about halfway through. I think it's about 60% if I'm not mistaken on Goodreads. I just had to put it down. I needed something that would hold my attention and this just wasn't doing it for me. So maybe I'll pick it up again. I doubt it. So the next book that I picked up was TheDarkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. And this is about, it's kind of a post-apocalyptic / dystopian about the United States after there's essentially a plague that either takes out kids or gives them superpowers and like special abilities and all of that. I really like this book. Pretty much everything about it. I did do a separate review of this, so I will link that in the shenanigan below, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. This is the first book in a trilogy. The second book, Never Fade, I own that one as well. I probably will be picking it up, I want to say next month. Next, I picked up probably my favorite book of the month, which was Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. I reviewed this book as well. I'll link that in the thingy below. I loved this book. It is a beefy book. As you can see, I've marked a bunch of stuff in here. Read it. This whole trilogy is just so great. Laini Taylor's writing is so beautiful. I'm not gonna ramble and like whatever. Check out my review. It's linked below. I ramble. It is a spoiler-free review, so no worries about that, but definitely check it out. It's great, this book. Next, I picked up Halo by Alexandra Adornado, and this has a really pretty cover. I got 300 pages in, and this is almost 500 pages. I'm sorry I couldn't do it. This is a paranormal romance about angels. obvi. I just couldn't do it. The main character, Bethany, is so awful. She's just, and I'm sure she'll grow as a character and I might pick this up. I think it also, the fact that I read Dreams of Gods and Monsters before this hurt it a little bit because the writing, I was just used to the beautiful writing and this was a little bit different. It was a little bit more straightforward, if you will. Maybe I'll pick it back up. Chances are I will. I do want to try to do that next month, is just pick up books that I've started and haven't finished. So I did withhold my star rating on this just because I didn't finish it. I don't think it's fair to rate a book if you haven't finished it. And the last book that I finished in the month of April was Guardian of the Dead by Karen Healy. This, I have not seen anybody talk about this book. It is an award finalist, and this book was pretty much like nothing I've read before. Let me tell you why, after I take a sip of tea. So this is a book based on fairy tales and stories and legends and culture from the Netherlands. That's a lie. New Zealand! Fail. It's based in New Zealand and it's just such an interesting story. While it is a bit slow to get going in the beginning, it is a great story. The main character, I think we all can agree that young adult female protagonists are predominantly petite, short, tiny little girls. They have brown hair. Well, this main character is a little bit chubby, and apparently she's freakishly tall. I'm on board with freakishly tall because I am freakishly tall myself. And it was refreshing to read about a character who wasn't a size 2 and generically boring. Just saying. This story was unexpected. It did finish a little bit oddly. While for the most part everything was wrapped up, I felt like I would have liked more. I did give this 4 out of 5 stars. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for something different or something unusual or something, you know, not beaten to the ground and talked about already. I do want to read you a quote that I really loved. It says, "Stories change us. They change the world. People are stories of themselves." I think that was a really beautiful quote. Really like this book. I wish I could get people to pick it up just because it's so different, and I am a fan of the human condition in all its forms. I love learning about new cultures and just seeing all kinds of different things. And so this made me want to go to New Zealand so bad. So bad. I'll come visit one day, I promise. Now that I'm all sad and depressed, let's move on to my TBR for the rest of May. I have already read 7 books this month. That's not even a joke. Like, I've read 7 books this month. It is the 13th today. But I did pretty much love most of them, but I will let you know in my wrap up in 2 weeks. Okay, so the books that I'm going to be reading this month is The Unidentified by Ray Maris, and I am more than halfway through with this. It is interesting, and I think it's a very interesting look at society. This is, I don't want to say dystopian. I'm gonna link this below because there's no way that I can explain the premise in any variety of like you being able to understand it at all. It is very interesting. It's super short. I actually stopped about halfway through to read another book, finished that one, then picked this back up again. So I only have a little bit left. So far I'm enjoying it. It's definitely gives people something to think about. And I have not seen anybody talk about this book ever. So there's that. Next up, I will try to pick up The Archive by Victoria Schwab. And this is the first book in a duology about a girl who is basically an archivist in what is essentially like a library of souls. is my understanding. I do own the second one, and this is the soft covers. Yes, I'm sitting here feeling up my book. What? So I do want to pick this one up because I've heard great things, and while I am late, super late, on the Victoria Schwab train, I wanna get on the Schwab train. Whoop. Then, if I feel like it, I will pick up Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. And this is a dystopian about a society that rules must be followed. And Article 5 is children are considered valid citizens only when conceived by a married man and a wife. And this is a trilogy. I believe the third one came out recently. I suck at this. Good times. Then I want to pick up Love Story by Jennifer Eccles. If you don't know who Jennifer Eccles is, she writes really light and fluffy YA romance books, essentially. But they do have, you know, conflict and blah, blah, blah. This bad boy is only like 250 pages. It's tiny. And I've been meaning to read it, and I do pretty much, so far I've read 2 books by Jennifer Eccles, and I've really liked them. They're fluffy and completely redonkulous, but I still kind of like. All right, so those are the 4 books that I am planning on reading until the end of the month. On the 30th, I am going to be going to New York City for BookCon, so keep eyeballs out for that, because I am planning on vlogging, even though it might be awkward on the plane and such. But if John Green can do it, so can I. Anyway, let me know if you would like to see reviews of any of the books that I read in the month of April. Like I said, I did link, or will in the future, reasons, I will link the review for The Darkest Minds and Dreams of Gods and Monsters down below, so definitely go check those out. If you would like to see reviews of any of the books that I am reading this month, definitely let me know. I am planning on reviewing some of the books that I've already read just because I love them so much. Words. What are words? Anyway, this video is getting long, so I hope you have a great night. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff goes down below. Hope you have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye!